Drew, good morning.
Morning.
Well, we're curious. Any records being set? If things calm down a little bit, still good prices.
Still good prices. Kind of called things about fully steady for the week. I'll kind of give you a recap on what we got done. On Thursday in Broken Bow, looked at about right at 600 head of those weigh-ups. Called that market fully steady, maybe 4 to 5 higher on those feeding and fat type cows, and also on the big demand on those heiferettes, wet bagged heiferettes to go back to the country. Had a few baby calves in there Thursday. Baby calves was right at $1,000 per head. In Friday, had a big day back in Burwell. Had special weigh-ups with calf and yearling sale, back to grass special. Going to tell you how we got along there. We had some 456-pound steers at 605. Had some 526-pound steers at 548. Had some 648-pound steers at 446. Had some 719-pound steers at 439. And had some 883-pound steers at 387. Got in the heifer division, we had some 495-pound heifers at 477. Had some 519-pound heifers at 464. Had some 662-pound heifers at 397.50, and had some 686-pound heifers at 377. Also sold some first calf heifer pairs on the video auction there Friday, and had a load of those first calf heifer pairs brought right at $5,700 per pair. This week, got big day back on Thursday. Got special weigh-up sale along with calves and feeders. Going to be on those calves and feeders right at 11:30 there in Broken Bow. And then on Friday, got a special weigh-up sale in Burwell on Friday. Got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew, thanks a lot. I'm curious. You're talking to the producers all the time. I mean, things are really good out there, have been for a while. I'm wondering, are guys expanding herds a little bit? Or are they thinking about expanding? They're going to hold tight? What's the talk out there?
Yeah, so that seeing the expansion, obviously it's going to take a lot of heifer retention to get that done.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few factors that kind of got some people a little bit concerned. We do have a kind of an older cow herd out there. A lot of guys have kept cows a little longer than they normally would, or kept some cows back that because the market was high, so they going to keep them 1 or 2 more years. So we'll see those cows kind of have to start coming to town just because of age.
Mm-hmm.
Are seeing some heifer retention. Talked to several veterinarians around the area, and most of them are saying they're probably bangs vaccinating about 1/3 more heifers than they did a year ago. But with that being said, I think there's a lot of heifers being shipped out of the country to be developed other places, and we're starting to see that heifer retention, the feedlot maybe slack off just a little bit. So I think we're starting to get things to build back, but it's going to take quite some time.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's probably going to take about 5 years to get back to where we were at level 6, 7, and we were low then. So
yeah, we weren't very plentiful at that time either. Well, I appreciate that because we're sitting in the studio here. You're out there talking, and of course dealing with your friends and neighbors every day. So it's kind of nice to have that update. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think another thing people don't really factor in is we've got some aging generation ranchers, and there's several of those guys that do they want to build back or do they want to just maintain? Do they want to sell out with the way the market is? I mean, that's a lot to factor in if you're kind of getting to the point where you're thinking it's time to slow down. So.
Yeah, it would be tempting, that's for sure. And every time you mention $1,000 for a calf, I kind of have to scratch my head remembering we used to read the markets live here on the air, and we were reading $50 and $60 calves, and then we're looking at that now. It's changed a lot, but hopefully the guys and gals out there are benefiting from that.
Yeah, that's I kind of had to chuckle. We were talking about this the other day, and Lexington Livestock used to always give a report on KBBN when they back in the day when Sam Tepley worked there back in the 90s. And when the hog market got real bad, he was giving his report, and he said, "If you guys have any sows to sell, don't even bring them to town."
Yeah, and it kind of turned out that there were hog markets locally, and those kind of went away. So I guess he knew what he was talking about. But yeah, appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Drew.
Bye.
Bye. He's always got, if you pump him a little bit, it'll give you some good information because I know you probably talk to your folks up in Taylor as cattle producers, but most of us just go to the grocery store and buy a steak or some hamburgers. So it's kind of nice to know what's going on out there, and we know that the prices have been great at the sale barns, and I guess that's one of those cycles where they out there want to enjoy it while it lasts, and plan for that. It won't always be that way, but it's been good.
Yeah,
it's been real good. All right, let's take a look at the school lunch menus. And by the way, Brent is off yet today. He got about half his yard work done yesterday at the house there, and most of the yard cleaned up, and I think he's going to work on the bird bath today.
All right.
See if he can make sure it doesn't leak and meet all the neighborhood rules and regulations. So hopefully he'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Jack Simpson will be filling in, and I think he'll be with me longer today because Jeremy's going to be covering the supervisors.
Oh, yeah, that is today, isn't it?
Today. They meet at 9 o'clock, by the way, if you want to take that public meeting in. All right, let's take a look at the school lunch menus and see what's happening. Go ahead, Jack.
All right. At Anselmo Myrna, they will be doing the chicken fajita with roasted peppers, hot dogs, and the uncrustable cheese and cracker platter.
All right, the Prairie Pioneer Center today, they're having cheesy ham and hash browns casserole, California blend, and fruit. And I want to also note that they will be closed on Thursday, March 12th, to attend a funeral service. So you know that ahead of time. Make other plans for lunch if you're planning on that. They'll be closed on Thursday, March 12th. So they'll be open tomorrow but closed on Thursday.
All right. At SEM, today is walking tacos.
Thedford today, Sloppy Joe. What is today, Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday the 10th.
I got ahead of myself yesterday somehow. So today it's popcorn chicken today at Thedford.
All right. At Sargent Public Schools, today it's homemade pizza, green beans, fruit cup, blueberry cake, and milk.
Ansley, chili dogs and French fries.
All right. At Sandhills High School, they will be doing the chicken patty.
Arcadia Public Schools showing no school today.
All right. Loop City doing bacon chicken ranch pizza or pepperoni pizza.
Arnold Schools, it's fajitas, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Let's see. At Litchfield, today is spaghetti.
Broken Bow Schools featuring chicken fajitas with roasted peppers and onions, hot dogs, fresh-baked Italian turkey subs, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter. Grill Station Combo features the crispy chicken sandwich basket.
All right. At Cozad High School, super nachos with refried beans, the barbecue rib sandwich with sweet potato fries, and the pizza bar.
Callaway Public Schools, breakfast for lunch.
At Gothenburg, they are showing no school this week.
All week long?
All week long, it says on here.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right, we might check into that. Prairie Pioneer, I already read that one. So, but I did, again, want you to know they will be closed on Thursday to attend a funeral. All right, that's our school lunch menus for today, and invite you to join us again tomorrow. Real quick, want to remind you folks out there, and I don't know, do you have this for Party Line? This is
yes, I do.
Okay.
For her 90th birthday.
Yeah, card shower request for Jeannie Leapart. She'll be 90 on Friday on March 13th. And they're requesting that you shower her with some cards. She'll love that. Her address is off Broadway Apartments, room 301, and that's at 403 South 1st Avenue in Broken Bow. All right, birthdays. Let's take a look. We're going to kind of do them one at a time here because we got several.
All right.
And this one will be on the countryside. Carrie Underwood is celebrating her birthday today. She is 43 years young, superstar and former American Idol winner. is now a judge on the new season of Idol. She's also sold more than 95 million records worldwide. 43 today, Carrie Underwood. Jack and Dave with you here on this, I got to remember, it's Tuesday. Tuesday. And we're going to play the game next. It's Tumbleweed Day, so we have a tumbleweed meal we're going to give away if you answer correctly.
All right, you ready for this question?
Is it simpler than yesterday?
It is a lot simpler than yesterday. I think people might not have to use Google for this one.
Okay.
And I think at least.
All right, we'll see.
All right, your question is, what is telephonophobia? Is it a fear of cell phones, a fear of making and receiving phone calls, a fear of hearing the phone ring, or it's not a real word? That is your questions. What is telephonophobia? A fear of cell phones, a fear of making and receiving phone calls, a fear of hearing the phone ring, or it's not a real word.
All right, those are your choices. Call us at 872-2801.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day.
Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow offers delicious food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Don't miss daily lunch specials and the Sunday buffet. Open 6 until 4. Need a quick bite? Express breakfast is 6 to 11 Monday to Friday, and express lunch is 11 to 2. On the go? Pick up a ready-to-go casserole for busy nights. For evening cravings, visit Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill. Open Monday through Saturday from 5 to 10 with specials, appetizers, and snacks. It's all waiting for you on East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
All right, the phone is just ringing in now, so there may have been some Googling going on. We'll find out.
Maybe.
We have a caller on the line. Who are we talking to?
This is Lori.
Lori, how are you?
Well, I'm doing good.
Good. Maybe we can get you something to eat out at the Tumbleweed.
Oh, that would be great.
All right, here's Jack's choices.
All right. What is telephonophobia? Is it a fear of cell phones, a fear of making and receiving phone calls, a fear of hearing the phone ring, or it's not a real word?
I'm just going to take a guess that it's the anxiety with making or receiving calls.
Yep, there you go.
And I did not Google, I just guessed.
Oh, well, you did really well. I was just telling, how do you feel about it? Anymore with the phone, it's kind of a lethal weapon out there for marketers and so forth. So they've kind of ruined some of that for us. You look at the phone and sometimes you don't answer because you figure it's somebody, trying to sell you something. So does that give you anxiety, or do you just block it, or how do you do it?
It gives me anxiety. I am not going to lie. When I jump out of the chair when it when it rings. I'm always fearful of what they're going to... Yeah. So, no, I get a little anxiety. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do. And it's used to be pretty exciting to pick up a phone call because it was probably somebody you knew or that you wanted to talk to. And that isn't always the case anymore, it seems like. So
right.
Yeah. Well,
I think you can't get away from it. So, you used to... It was tethered to the wall so you could get away from it, and now you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an article this morning I was just reading about that very thing where you had the phone on the kitchen wall and it had a 20-foot crinkly cord that you could at least talk in the kitchen, right?
I would sit on the floor in the kitchen at my parents' house. I'd drag the phone around the corner so that I could speak to my boyfriend, and yeah.
It was a little different.
Not that I'm aging myself or anything.
Oh, no, I got you, Lori. Well, let me just put it this way. I can relate. Yeah. Well, thanks for talking to us today, and stop by. We've got a Tumbleweed meal here for you.
Sweet. That helps during calving season.
Yeah. Now, Lori, did you text us earlier, or were you in the chat box earlier?
I was.
Oh,
I was.
So
I've been up all night with a heifer, and she finally had a nice bull calf for me.
Oh, man. Well, then we're talking with Lori Holman. You mentioned that you're staying with the same replacement heifers, but you made a good point. We was talking with Drew about planning herd size. Mother Nature has something to do with that, doesn't she?
She does. Last year we had the same phobia that we weren't going to have pasture because we weren't getting rain, and then we were blessed later on in the season with rain that really saved us. But boy, it gets pretty anxiety-driven this time of year when you're not getting the rains and you have the cattle that need to go to pasture, but you may not have enough grass for them to go to, and then you have the feed costs of keeping them in the lot. Oh, boy, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it's not stressful at all, is it?
No.
But I know you love it, or you wouldn't be doing it.
You're right. There's no better profession to be in.
Well, thanks for talking to us today, and come
All
see
right.
us. All right. Thanks, Lori.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, Lori texted in earlier that they're staying with the same replacement heifers, but, concerned about the pastures right now. And it's early. A rain could really change our attitudes a little bit, but it's been so dry the last 3 months.
Yeah.
We didn't. Well, I don't know if anybody of us remember a winter like this where I got together yesterday with some friends and we were sitting on the patio. This is March 9th yesterday, and we were hot.
Yeah.
The sun was hot, and the day before it was warm and the wind was blowing. So it just dries things out. What did we get? 1,300s in December.
Yep.
So a few hundreds in January. Maybe it was 2,400 in December and 13. It wasn't much.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to measure much. So we'll hope for that rain to come and green things up. And if the weather holds, this calving season has been pretty nice so far.
Yeah.
That's one good side of it, right?
Yep.
All right. We'll be right back after these words.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Are your aches and pains preventing you from doing the things you love? Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. We offer complete one-on-one physical therapy for you. Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy is known as the best hands in town and will help you achieve your goals to keep you moving. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
If you're job hunting, the employment page on sandhillsexpress.com is where opportunity knocks.
Show me the money!
From full-time careers to part-time gigs, local businesses are ready to hire. And all the info you need to apply is just a click away.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Head to sandhillsexpress.com and find your next move. Real jobs, real opportunities, right here in central Nebraska.
Well, as long as we're talking about being lucky, and being in the businesses that we enjoy being in and doing the things we like to do with all the challenges, let's enjoy Kurt Weil and John Prine together.
1, 2, 3.
Easy living with no utilities, snow removal, or lawn care to worry about. Need more space? Choose from 2 to 5 bedroom homes with tenants responsible for snow removal and lawn care. Income limits do apply. Visit BrokenBowHousingAuthority.com to apply online today. Don't wait. Contact Broken Bow Housing Authority and open the door to your next home.
Here at Bruning Bank, our roots run deep in Nebraska agriculture, and we are proud to work with farmers and ranchers every day to grow and improve their operations. In honor of National Ag Month, we want to recognize all those who work in the ag industry and say thank you. These past few years have not been easy, and you have shown your resilience and dedication to your land, crops, and livestock productions. Bruning Bank is proud to support your operation by providing you with all the financial services you need, from checking to loans to useful business technologies. Bruning Bank, build, grow, thrive, member FDIC.
Thank you, Jim. 7:57. Oh, birthdays we're celebrating today, and I don't think I'll play any songs from this artist because it's, I know, somewhat controversial since the Super Bowl, but just so you know, Bad Bunny's 32 today.
All right.
So happy birthday to Bad Bunny. And we'll move along.
All right.
Hey, speaking of music, Friday the 13th, that's going right into St. Patty's Day, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Like, man, it just thinks St. Patty's Day is right around the corner.
It's right around the corner, and Freddie's gone crazy. He's bringing in an all-star band. And he's also looking for help.
All right, so we'll start out with the help side and then get into what this all-star band is. Sylvester's is looking for a waitress and bartender. No experience, no problem. They're happy to train the right person and help you grow into the role. This position offers approximately 30 to 35 hours per week, and it's a great opportunity for someone looking for steady, flexible work. Come be part of the Slice family where teamwork, friendly faces, and a little fun are all part of the job. Join the team at Sylvester's East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. You can stop in and talk to them or give Freddie a call at 308-870-3284. Now here you go. Mark your calendar for Friday, March 13th. An all-star band is coming to Slice for a one-night stand. Don't miss this collaboration consisting of Greg Lee from Patsy Jenny and Wreck Jenny, Gabe Matthews from Patsy Jenny and Hooked, Michael Thomas from Hooked and Wrecked Becky, and then Donnie Nugget from Wrecked Jenny and Becky. This is once again Friday, March 13th at Sylvester's East Highway 2 here in Broken Bow.
All right, that sounds like a whole lot of fun. Going to be a good one, so take that in. And, of course, it is going into the weekend before St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is on the 17th, so you'll want to celebrate on the weekend. If you can, get out there and get a little green on. So here's Green River. Waylon Jennings.
Green River, I've come back to you.
Here's Steve DeSager.
In the NBA's late game in L.A., the Clippers beat New York 126-118, 29 points for Kawhi Leonard. At Oklahoma City, the Thunder won their sixth straight game, defeating Denver on a game-winning three-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 129-126. SGA scored 35 points. The Phillies are giving lefty pitcher Jesus Luzardo a 5-year extension worth $135 million. At the World Baseball Classic in Houston, Team USA won again, holding off Mexico 5-3. It was 5-0 early on home runs from Aaron Judge and Roman Anthony. Winning pitcher from the Pirates, Paul Skeens, tossed 4 scoreless innings with 7 strikeouts. In the NHL, Washington 7-3 over Calgary. The Kansas City Chiefs will sign running back Kenneth Walker and re-sign tight end Travis Kelce. The 49ers are signing veteran wide receiver Mike Evans, ex of Tampa Bay.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Mainly clear skies
today, with daytime highs approaching 54. Northerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour.
Partly cloudy skies
tonight. Mixed precipitation possible at times. Lows dip down to about 27. High temperatures reach up to 51. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. A dusting of snow tonight. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Your health close to home. The Callaway District Hospital and medical clinics are committed to bringing high-quality care right to the community, where compassion meets advanced care, because your health matters right here at home. The Callaway District Hospital.
8:06 is your time. Let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. Jack, what's it like out there?
Definitely a little chillier than yesterday morning with 30 degrees outside. I did have it a little bit cloudy, but the clouds have kind of dissipated out. It's mostly sunny now. Winds out of the north are definitely contributing to the chilliness, with 10 to 15 out of the north. Barometric pressure 29.85, humidity 84%. No rain or snow in the last 24 hours, with only a trace of precipitation for the month. A high yesterday of 75 with an overnight low of 31.
All right. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, you're right. It's a little cooler out there this morning, but you can't detour our next guest. Rain or shine, Jeff Denson comes in from Team Physical Therapy. And, Jeff, you know what I really like about this job? There's a lot of things I like about it. I don't like paperwork, I'll tell you that, but I like other parts of it. One of them is, having guests come in that, I don't want to sound mushy here, but that have been associates and friends for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so you just sit down with a friend and have a visit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not like, I got to do this hardcore radio interview. We just sit down and shoot the breeze.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I love that. So thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, goes back to the days when I was 12 and you and Bob Bowles were my coach. way back when.
Oh my gosh, yes. And we had too many kids on. We had like 2 teams. We were trying to play everybody. Oh. Yeah, that was a fun year, but frustrating as a coach, because we had 2.5 benches full of kids.
Yes. Let's get them on the field.
Yeah, we try to get everybody in. Yeah, and I always enjoyed watching you play Legion ball. I think they were called midgets then, not juniors. But when you played with Paul and with some good times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you continue to have good times with baseball.
Yes.
Your family is baseball.
Yeah,
goes back years.
Lots of generations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where I lived in the south side of town, over in the corner there, up this about 3 houses up was some family members of yours, and that's when ladies softball first started going. The VFW team, and they were, if they weren't playing on a field downtown somewhere, they were playing in the backyard.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly right.
That was going on all the time, wasn't it?
Mom and her sisters played a lot of ball together.
They did.
Yes.
They did, yeah. And now your son is still playing.
Yep.
And he's playing for
Northeast Community College.
And you just got back from southern Kansas the other day?
Yeah, we had a nice weekend in southern Kansas. Just for a couple days.
I don't know what your cars are going to do someday when they're not traveling somewhere every weekend.
Yeah, Mom and Dad jumped in and rode down with us, and we had a great weekend and
good
fun times.
Good. And how's baseball going for the team?
Good. Yeah, they're doing well this season. They're, I think, 14-9 at this point, and they look like they're a good squad. So
good.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know how it goes. It's fun to see the kids go on to college, and that's not an easy transition. American Legion baseball is summer fun, and college baseball gets a little more serious than it when you were playing in the summer months when you were a kid.
That's what Blake always told Max when he was going through college at Peru State, that you'll never have anything like American Legion baseball. It's not the same because just everybody, the team-wise, it's never the same after that. So.
Yeah, it's kind of business-like, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a job after that.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So this is. We were talking this morning with Lori Holman about having baby calves out there and wondering whether it's going to rain or not. But they're out there, doing that calving work, and once in a while, a mother doesn't like somebody messing with that little calf. And I imagine you've seen some people over the years that have tangled with mother cow before.
Yes. Yeah. We've seen a lot of injuries with getting down with a cow. So it's not fun, but hopefully we can get you back where you need to be.
Yeah. Typically, I imagine ribs and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Shoulders.
Yeah, you just hope for no fractures at those points.
Yeah. All right.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So, strictly business now. What did you want to highlight today?
So, I was just thinking over the last few days and last couple of weeks on treatment. We treat a lot of nagging injuries. Somebody that just gets injured, say you sprain an ankle or injure a shoulder, just spraining injury. It's something that we all just think will heal itself. And for the most part, the human body does a great job of that. But if you get stuck in bad movement patterns, if you're 2 or 3 weeks after an injury and you just can't stop limping or just feel like you're protecting something, that's the time to get in and see somebody. You have to change those joint mechanics back to normal and restore the body moving like it's supposed to, which is something I think our therapists are very obviously well trained at. Evaluation of joint movement, and we treat a lot of painful movement patterns, substitution patterns when you're injured. So if you have injured a rotator cuff and it's not working correctly, not necessarily that it's torn, but you're protecting it because it's weak and inhibited a little bit, your body starts to move differently. And you have to take the entire arm out of that movement pattern, which is something I think we do very well manually. And then with exercise, moving you into a different movement pattern and then strengthening the area back up. So we have a lot of patients that just let something go, and if you let those mechanics go, you automatically are in an arthritis pattern where you're going to compress the joint, change the mechanics of the joint, and accelerate arthritis. So make sure that if you have an injury, that you're getting it addressed. If it's something that's lingering on, just get it addressed and get an idea about what you need to do to change that so that you prevent the long-term ill effects of that injury.
I'm sure that you work on a lot of backs.
Yes, I treat a lot of spine.
Yeah, you like that.
Yes, I do. Yep.
And there's a point where there's a little nagging pain in the back. Then maybe you start feeling a little something down your leg.
Yeah.
Having gone through that before, I know that I waited too long. I actually came into team physical and somewhere down the road ended up having a small surgery to correct things. But in the meantime, we went through all sorts of different things to determine whether nobody wants to have surgery.
No.
And I know that you have ways of determining and also helping people avoid that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for spine surgery, there's a big push to be way more conservative, not rush into those surgeries. For us, spine surgery is a way to save nerves. If you have nerve entrapment and it leads to weakness or drop foot in your leg, those are the times where we're saving the nerve. You don't have a choice. You just need to get it done sometimes sooner rather than later, especially if you have weakness in an extremity. You go save those nerves and then you rehabilitate after that. I have a lot of patients that go to surgeons and are looking for a fix.
Right.
And there is no fix. Spine surgery is not a fix. You do spine surgery to save nerves because they're so entrapped that the nerve is going to be damaged for life if you don't get it done. So, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be pain-free for the rest of your life. You're not going to be. It's something you're going to have to work on and continue to exercise and stay flexible and restore all of that stuff. And it doesn't mean that anytime you go into a joint orthopedically, you're probably going to end up with arthritis in that joint 25 years down the road. It just is how the body works. It just throws bone spurs at it and stops movement. And our job is to prevent that process as much as we can, restore muscle strength and get you back to moving like you want to, so you can do the things that you want to after those injuries. So, but again, there's not a fix. It's a process of getting you to as good as we can and then maintaining that.
And hopefully making it so that you can still go for a walk and do the things that you need to do that you talked about.
Do daily activities pain-free. That's what we're going for.
Yeah. And do the things that you recommend they do to take care of the rest of their body, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And I think sometimes you're right. People think I'll have a surgery and it'll be okay. It'll be fixed. And in many cases that.
Yeah, you got to do the rehab after. Otherwise, it doesn't generally work out very well.
Yeah. And you're ready for that. You're ready to prep people if they do need surgery, whatever part of the body, right? I know with knees, you want to exercise before you have the surgery. It's probably as important as after, right?
Yeah, and it's the same thing with shoulder surgeries and knee surgeries. You need to restore as much motion as you can. If you do a shoulder surgery on a shoulder that doesn't have full motion, you'll never regain that motion. So that's why there's always a big push prior to surgery to do some therapy. And insurance companies are requiring that anyway. They want to try to conservative measure of physical therapy first before surgery, and then make sure that you get full range before surgery, because you can't get it back after if you don't have it to begin with. So it's and most surgeons are pushing that and not going into a joint that's really inflamed without getting as much motion as you can and as much strength as you can prior to surgery. And it makes your outcomes that much better. So that's the key.
There's the accidents where somebody was maybe working on a gutter or something and fall, or just fall, maybe get tangled up with a dog or something, and you have all of that as well, and that means they haven't probably prepped.
No, you just got to go get it taken care of immediately.
Yep. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the availability that you provide, because I know that you try to be ready for walk-ins, I should say. And you, I think most of the time you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we feel like we're staffed at this point well to where we can get patients taken care of as soon as possible. Obviously, if you come in at 10:30 or so, and we might say, hey, can you come back about 1 or 2? We have this time available. And patients are great with that. So, and we have orthopedic surgeons come to town, and they'll hand in orders right then, and they'll come down and just get at least the paperwork in front of them and appointments set up and rolling. So, and we're really trying to, or we have really tried to streamline our paperwork process, not having patients fill out 20 minutes worth of paperwork, just to hopefully, if you've seen us before, we have that information, and we're trying to streamline that a little bit. We went to a new documentation system here within the last 3 weeks that's hopefully speeding up things for everybody, and it's pretty exciting. So,
and there's always a little period of time there where you're going, why did I do this?
Yes.
But it's getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great though.
All right. And I guess also, before we close, we're we've had such great weather. We probably should have not had an excuse to go out and do some things.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But typically this time of year, we're thinking about
getting back to activity.
Golf course is going to open up here pretty soon. The kids are going to be running track, and as adults, we think, well, let's go golf. And I'll raise my hand guilty. There's stretches and twists that you can do to prepare yourself to go do that sort of thing. Yeah. But it is coming up, and we might want to prepare for it. Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. And that's the key thing when you're starting anything new like that. Just get out and get moving a couple weeks prior, just to make sure your body's going to be ready for those changing things that you're trying. And especially if you're, get into putting things in the ground season. Just get yourself ready for it, and then take frequent breaks and stay moving. I mean, that's just, don't get in patterns where you're stuck bent forward all the time, and just take a little break and get stretched back out and go back at it.
Now, you got a great staff and former athletes, or still athletes, I guess, but they come from. You have a lot of people that come from active high school and college careers in sports.
Absolutely.
And so they can get you ready.
Yeah, we have a great staff.
You do.
That is ready to roll. So.
And you have staff here in Broken Bow, Callaway, Burwell,
and Gothenburg. Yep.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah, so you can take care of a lot of people in a lot of different places. All right, now, are you going to get to play any golf?
I am. Yeah, we're going to dedicate some more summertime to that than I had in the past. So it's exciting.
All the baseball, it was kind of hard to squeeze golf in, wasn't it?
Didn't fit.
Yeah, well, hopefully you'll get some fit in here.
Yes, it'll be great.
And it'll be, sometimes when you don't golf very much, all of a sudden you golf pretty good for a while.
Yeah.
So if that happens, enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. And then it'll go the other way.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a time out with these messages.
Drivers and farmers need a DOT physical? Thompson Chiropractic has you covered. At Thompson Chiropractic in Broken Bow, Dr. Riley Thompson provides certified DOT physicals to keep you moving safely and confidently. Some call it a CDL physical or a med card. Whatever you call it, Thompson Chiropractic handles it with professional, hassle-free care. When it's time for your next DOT physical, remember Thompson Chiropractic in Broken Bow, your dependable stop for DOT exams.
Exciting news as we prepare for a new season here in Nebraska. New items are in stock at Varney Pharmacy. Garden flags, mailbox covers, even large mailboxes, and accent magnets are ready for your home. A great variety of designs are available, featuring birds, butterflies, flowers, Easter, St. Patrick's, and even Highlander cows. Your yard and your mailbox deserve a splash of color and character. Find it at Varney Pharmacy, downtown Broken Bow.
Spring is in full swing, and Geared for Sports is gearing up to outfit you for a great season on the course. New golf apparel has arrived, including stylish golf jogger pants, polos, and comfortable shorts that will have you looking and playing your best. Top off the look with Beck's sunglasses, and you'll be shining bright. Be sure to check their Facebook page for daily deals you won't want to miss. Geared for Sports has what you need to be ready for track and soccer, too. Open Monday through Saturday on the west side of the square, Geared for Sports in Broken Bow.
8:23, some jobs are available, open, and folks are looking for some good workers. Here's information from Jack on that.
All right, Myers Construction is hiring for multiple positions here in Broken Bow. They are seeking dependable team members for these following positions: diesel mechanic, a welder fabricator, electrical apprentice, construction laborer, a pipe fitter, plumbing technician, and a concrete worker and finisher. Competitive pay is based on experience. Travel may be required, and a valid driver's license required. Visit our website at myersconstruction.com to apply. You can call 308-872-5469 and find this information on the Sandhills Express job listings page.
All right, why don't you throw that number out one more time,
Jack? 308-872-5469.
All right, thank you. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, Mark Stock's coming in. Stay tuned.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My day starts right.
With Dave and Brent. Are you or someone you know struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma, or other mental health challenges? Do you wonder where you can get help and support locally? An online list is ready and available for you that includes local, trained, caring mental health providers. Visit mhpcc.org. Mental health providers and services available in Custer County can be found quickly and easily at mhpcc.org.
RT Ace Hardware in Broken Bow is excited to announce we've reached an agreement with the parent company of AeroSeed to continue the popular 5-step fertilizer program locally. It's the same fertilizer and the same vendor as before, plus the heavy-duty, reliable fertilizer spreaders from AeroSeed available for our customers to use. If you are on the AeroSeed program, we have your contact information and will be reaching out soon. All this was just a $2 per 1,000 square feet increase. Stop by RT Ace Hardware in Broken Bow. Get signed up.
Looking for a place to call home? Let the friendly team at Custer Federal State Bank help you open the right door. Whether you're buying your first house, upgrading for more space, or refinancing for a better rate, Custer Federal offers competitive mortgage loans with local decision making and personal service you can trust. No call centers, no runaround, just neighbors helping neighbors. Stop by today or give me, Katrina Sharon, a call to get pre-qualified and start your home journey with confidence. Custer Federal State Bank, financing homes, building communities. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval, NMLS 1619397.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Mark Stock here with Big Iron Auction Company, and today at 10 o'clock, we start to close out on the Bernie Schmidt equipment. He is retiring. The equipment located west of Tarnoff, Nebraska, north of Monroe, Nebraska, will be sold today. A really nice John Deere S670 combine is selling. He's got a 35-foot flex draper head, an 8-row 3608C corn head. They've got some really nice John Deere tractors, a Kenworth semi-truck tractor, 16-row 30-inch planter. A one-family-owned John Deere 4430 tractor will sell as well. There are grain trailers, tillage equipment, and the like selling on this sale. Once again, 10 o'clock this morning is when this online auction starts to conclude here for Bernie Schmidt. Then at 11 o'clock this morning, the Lee Fento retirement sale will take place. 53 items will be sold. They farm by Superior, Nebraska, and check out the 2022 John Deere S780 combine, a 2022 John Deere 412R self-propelled sprayer, 2021 John Deere 8R 340 mechanical front tractor. There's a 2021 John Deere 8R 280 mechanical front tractor, a John Deere 4440 tractor, 1980 model with only 3,150 original hours. They also have a super sharp semi-truck tractor, a 2024 Peterbilt 389 extended hood day cab with 8,190 miles. There's a 2024 year model John Deere 1775 Max Emerge 24-row 30 planter with fertilizer, a Landau 29-foot vertical tillage tool, 2021 Brent 1196 Avalanche grain cart, and a whole host of good quality farm equipment. The Lee and Ann Fento retirement sale by Superior, Nebraska. The first items start to close this morning at 11 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock we have our bull sale. Moeller Hereford bulls. They'll be selling 12 outstanding Hereford bulls, and they'll have free delivery within 150-mile radius of their operation from Grand Island, Nebraska. And if you're looking for Angus bulls and Angus Simmental cross bulls, WJE cattle from Orleans, Nebraska has outstanding animals selling today. Also today by Sargent, Nebraska, Weston and Shelby Sabota will be selling 60 first calf heifer pairs. Several of these are A-eyed calves, and boy, are they nice. These are Black Angus moms and babies. All the calves were born between January 21st and March 1st, and they've had a lot of vaccination and nutrition. Plus, many farms by Felix, Missouri, will have 36 fancy Angus heifer pairs, A-eyed calves by Vermilion Leo. And Blue River Cattle LLC by Milford, Nebraska will sell 70 head of Black Angus Baldy Brockle Open Heifers. And Swanson Cattle Company by Oxford, Nebraska will have 14 full-blood and purebred Wagyu pairs. This is all selling today, starting at 1 o'clock here on BigIron.com. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, March the 11th, 1,470-plus items selling from over 130 different sellers. We have 4T Logistics, LLC in Buchanan Dam, Texas. Green Valley Farms, Creston, Iowa. Lang Diesel, Inc., Hayes, Kansas. Mark Sandberg, Hayes Springs, Nebraska. Newton Diesel, they are retiring their equipment by Pender, Nebraska. Potberg & Sons Dairy, LLC, they have a nice lineup of equipment. That is selling by Greeley, Colorado. Ray and Loretta Spangler, their retirement sale is by Ewing, Nebraska. RW Land and Cattle, LLC, their retirement sale by Madison, Nebraska. Steve Moody is retiring. Their equipment's by Brock, Nebraska. Verdon Family Retirement, that auction by Dwight, Illinois. Allard Farms Retirement Sale, New Hartford, Iowa. We have LS Dame Farms in Talmadge, Nebraska. Also, Paul Sater is from Kernsey, Colorado. We have the Scott Frankenberg sale by Marthasville, Missouri, and so much more. We are talking late model farm machinery that will sell here on Wednesday of this week. And then on Thursday, Leanne Farms, Inc., their retirement sale by Platte Center, Nebraska. 116 items. Late model John Deere tractors, a 2023 Claas Lexion 8600 track four-wheel drive combine, 2022 Geringhoff North Star Elite 12-row 30 folding corn head. There's a Claas 40-foot draper head. The equipment is immaculate. There's a 2021 John Deere 8RX 370 quad track tractor and so many more items. That is for Leanne Farms here by Platte Center, Nebraska on Thursday of this week. Also Thursday, Blair Brothers Farms, their retirement sale by Elgin, Nebraska features 44 items. They have a 2022 John Deere S770 combine, 2021 John Deere 8R 370 mechanical front tractor. They have a 24-row 30-inch planter. It's a 2020-year model John Deere, a 2018 Kuhn Accelerator 30-foot vertical tillage tool, and they have so many more good quality items. Let's support all these farmers and ranchers as they retire from agriculture, and they're having their online auction here on BigIron.com. Plus, we have the Mark Coleman sale by Corning, Arkansas here on Thursday of this week. They have 133 items. And on Thursday, 83 acres of Scottsbluff County, Nebraska land will be sold. This is pivot and gravity irrigated farmland located about 10 miles north of Minnetonka, Nebraska. Ron Stock, John Buell are the listing agents. Call them for more information. If you've got some land, livestock, or machinery you would like to sell here in April, now is the time to pick up the phone and give us a call. We're also booking retirement sales here for August, September, October, even November and December of this fall. Call us toll free, 1-800-937-3558, or go to BigIron.com.
Are you maximizing your herd's time at the bunk with maximum nutrition and minimal feed waste? Your feed ingredients and distribution make a major difference in overall feed cost when compared to free choice feeding. Vermeer feed wagons and vertical mixers give operators the option to blend and mix rations like dry hay, silage, grain, and ethanol co-products at once, with results in a consistent ration every time you feed your cattle. If you're ready for consistency, go to Power Solutions, your local Vermeer dealer 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2, or call them at 308-872-5522 and check out the feeding options through Vermeer.
Hi, this is Andrew Knost, CEO at Gothenburg Health. We believe quality healthcare does more than heal. It helps communities thrive. We continue to reimagine rural healthcare with a balance of innovation, compassion, and expertise to serve you better. And because we're supporting our friends, family, and neighbors, delivering quality care just means more. Gothenburg Health. Well ahead.
Wait! Stop! This is not a drill. Gateway Motors just triggered a vehicle alert you need to hear. Select Chevrolet Equinoxes, Trax, Trailblazers, Nissan Altimas, Jeep Compass, and Toyota Camrys are all part of one exclusive promotion. Just $299 down, $299 a month with approved credit, and every one of them is tagged with the Gateway Motors Lifetime Powertrain Limited Warranty. There are only 10 vehicles available. When they're gone, they're gone. Look for the vehicles with the green dot on the windshield. That's how you know they're part of the deal. Get to Gateway Motors in Broken Bow. This is only while supplies last.
The Memory Care program at Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow focuses on learning, routine, and innovation. Just one of several ways they are dedicated to building a stimulating and supportive environment. Visit QualitySeniorVillages.com to learn more and to see current openings.
You know, I love this show for lots of reasons. I was talking with Jeff Denson earlier about how it's fun having people in that you feel like you're just sitting down and having a good old-fashioned chat with, and that's going to be the case here. But I also like the idea that we have guests come in with services that are important. Of course, Click Family Health Care is one of those. Team Physical Therapy with Jeff Denson was talking about, you know, that side of health and getting ourselves healthy. And then we have Dr. Jacobson here with Click Family Healthcare to talk about more things we can do to make ourselves healthy. Where do you want to start, Doc? Because you have really dived into diet and supplements and so forth, and then of course you have your general practice that you offer here. Where do you want to start?
Well, I think the first thing right now is just kind of what's going on in the community as far as what we're seeing for illnesses and sickness, and still seeing some influenza and Broken Bow, and in the grade schools in Kearney, it seems like it's influenza B. We had a couple people went to state wrestling tournament and came back with influenza A, but that's still out there. COVID has kind of been pushed out in the last month or so by influenza. Seeing quite a bit of strep, and we've had some strep negative swabs, but yet the throats look streppy. They've got exudate, so I'm going ahead and treating those with an antibiotic. And then some people have had this cold, and then they get a cough, and the cough just hangs on and on and on. And I think some of those people, maybe it was COVID, because that's kind of the way COVID presented when we first started back in whatever year that was. So we're kind of dealing with that and allergies. It's been so dry that typically this time of the year we don't really deal with allergies unless it's an inside allergy, but we're seeing quite a bit of allergy symptoms as well. Eustachian tube dysfunction, where people's ears plug up and they won't pop, and we've done steroids, we've done nasal steroids, we've done antihistamines, and finally it just kind of burns itself out and takes care of itself. So that's kind of what we're seeing both in the Broken Bow area and as well in Kearney.
Sinuses with all of this seem to be, sinus headaches seem to be kind of common. And what would you recommend to kind of alleviate those sinus headaches?
Well, I always tell people sinus headaches typically are caused by uncontrolled allergies in Nebraska.
Okay.
Because the nasal mucosa swells up, the openings of the sinuses called ostia will get plugged essentially because the tissue kind of folds over it. So the first thing is trying to reduce that inflammation, and usually we do that with an antihistamine or with a nasal steroid like a Flonase or a Rhinocort or Nasacort, something like that. Once you get things opened up, you may have to treat with an antibiotic, but really it's a matter of how do we get that to drain to relieve the pressure. Tylenol and ibuprofen help with the pain. Ibuprofen will help a little bit with the inflammation, or relieve any kind of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. But the first thing is we just got to get that inflammation down.
Yeah, and then sometimes drainage irritates the back of the throat, and
Well, people will call and say, I woke up with a really bad sore throat. I think I have strep throat, or I think I have a sinus infection. And when our nasal mucosa is swollen, you can walk into a room and I can about tell you whether your nasal mucosa is going to be swollen just by looking at you. Because one, your lips are going to be dry, cracked, because you're breathing through your mouth, not through your nose. Mm-hmm. Babies are mouth breathers. So if you ever saw a baby sucking on a bottle or sucking on the breast, they suck, take a breath, and then they go back to doing their duty. Where adults, we're mouth breathers. So lips are dry, what we call allergic shiners, and sometimes a little nasally. Mm-hmm. I can tell you just by looking at you probably have swelling of the nasal mucosa. When we breathe through our nose, three things happen. We warm the air, we clean the air, and we moisturize the air. When we're breathing through our mouth, because our nose is plugged, we're just getting gulps of dry air. So it dries the back of our throat out, but we still have the drainage. So we wake up, our throat's kind of sore, it hurts, we start drinking, start swallowing saliva, and all of a sudden it feels better. And then about 5 o'clock, it seems like it kind of comes back. That's typically going to be a drainage, whether that's allergy drainage, something from a viral cold, or whether it is a sinus infection where you've got thick, phlegm that's getting hung up back there and draining.
You mentioned indoor allergies. Let's face it, we love our pets, but I think a lot of us out there lot of the listeners out there don't want to give up those pets, but probably are being affected by those pets.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've had people that tell me, well, I've had my pet longer than I've had my spouse, and I'm not going to give it up, you know. Or I can't be allergic to a cat because I've had a cat ever since I was in junior high.
Yeah.
Well, were you ever stuffy in high school? Did you get sinus? Yeah, okay, well, you're probably allergic to the cat back then. It's just the love of the cat overruled the symptoms. And, you know, as we get older, we just deal with a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I have the sniffles, or I clear my throat. Yeah, it's just part of life. It's no big deal. It's not something I want to take medicine for, or something I think I need to go see the doctor for. People just live with it.
That's always kind of good to hear when you're here at the studios talking about addressing health issues. Is the first go-to for you is not the pill. I mean, usually you want to understand it, take the time because of the way you've modeled your clinic to discuss it, figure it out, and then if you have to take an antibiotic or a pill, you do that. But I think you look at the other options first, as I've kind of assumed.
Yeah, we do. The last thing I want to do is put somebody on an antibiotic that I don't see a reason to put them on an antibiotic. Antibiotics are great. I mean, if you look back in the 30s, 40s, infection was the leading cause of death. Then antibiotics were developed or found, and now that's way, way down on our list of cause of death. But antibiotics are not without side effects. Not that you have a rash or anything like that, but when you take an antibiotic, you kill off the bacteria in our gut. There's good bacteria, there's bad bacteria. So our immune system really starts in our gut. So you kill off your immune system by taking an antibiotic that's supposed to be helping your immune system. So it's kind of that double-edged sword. So I usually will recommend to take a probiotic for at least 6 to 8 weeks after you do an antibiotic, just to help repopulate the gut with the good bacteria. Eating yogurt, those kind of things. So I especially hate to put kids on antibiotics without knowing. Adults, you know, they know their bodies. Like, well, I get this every year. I know it's a sinus infection. You know, give me an antibiotic. Okay, that's your choice. But kids, I really don't like to do antibiotics unless we see a specific reason why.
And how much of resistance after a while, if people use antibiotics a lot, do you see?
We're seeing more and more all the time. Where, you know, 25 years ago, when I was in med school and residency, doxycycline had a high resistance in eastern and central Nebraska because that was one of the primary antibiotics. And then people quit using it. Now doxycycline is very effective again because the younger population doesn't have that resistance in their body.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that to me is very frustrating is I give you an antibiotic for 10 days and, you know, then 6 months later you call and say, well, I started taking some of that antibiotic you gave me.
Oh, boy.
So you don't finish the course. That's how we build resistance because antibiotics is kind of the survival of the fittest. So you take it for a couple days, you're going to kill off the weaker bacteria, but you don't take it long enough to kill off the better bacteria, the stronger bacteria. Now they start building resistance to it. So I always stress, if you're going to take the antibiotic, take the whole course. You know, sinus infections, I normally treat 14 days instead of 10 because it's been shown to decrease the recurrence rate that extra 4 days by about 65 to 70%. But do that. Take them all until they're gone.
Good, yeah.
I'm a big believer in saline. You know, people will call and say, yeah, I woke up this morning and I'm blowing green out of my nose. I must have a sinus infection. Well, as we sleep, clear mucus, drainage, gets oxidized and turns green and dries out. So my first question is, well, what is if you blow your nose at 10 o'clock? Well, it's clear. Okay, that's not a sinus infection. So having the time to be able to really educate our patients about what to look for. The other thing is most sinus infections either start because of allergies or start because of a viral infection. So depending on what your symptoms are, you know, we talk a lot and we educate our patients a lot about typical viruses 3 to 10 days. So Let's treat those symptoms initially. If there's a reason that they change drastically, we need an antibiotic, absolutely we'll get you one. But a lot of times just treating the symptoms, the body will take care of itself, our natural immunity system. Now, if you were living in a third world country where, your nutrition's poor, and you're exposed to, dirty water and those kind of things, they need an antibiotic way more than we do in the American population. It's like the big craze of I need a GI cleanse because I have parasites. Most people in America don't have parasites because of our living conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you work in a third world or live in a third world country, yeah, you probably do. And that's not to say that kids don't get pinworms and some of that, but the typical adult, from my experience, does not have a parasite problem. I always laugh at the commercials that talk about, well, you have 10 pounds of poop stuck to the inside of your colon. Well, I've never had anybody that I've done a colonoscopy on come up to me the next day and say, you know what, I lost 10 pounds. So I had to kind of dispel that theory as well.
It just didn't happen. Well, I hope people out there, you folks who are listening to Dr. Jacobson, might consider Click Family Healthcare. I think there's certain, I was talking with a mother the other day, and she has a little one, and she said, I wanted to get my little one through this cold or little spell that they were having without, taking to antibiotics. I wanted her body to fight it off if she could. And then if she couldn't, then I was going to do something, and she did. And I think you can offer that. And I think families with a couple of kids are a perfect match for your program.
And we're seeing all the time more and more young families join us.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of that, we do video visits. So, you wake up and it looks like your child has pink eye. Typically pink eye, I call pink eye a cold of the eye. Usually it's a viral infection of the eye. But we always treat it with antibiotics because the only way to get back in daycare or get back to school is you have to be on an antibiotic. You don't have to come see me for that or see Rachel, my PA. Just take a picture, pull the eyelids down, take a picture of each side. If one side's bright red, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, let's treat it like a duck. So we're able to do a lot of those things that save people time.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a doctor's office and you sit for 45 minutes, and then you go back in the room and sit for 45 minutes. What that tells me is that medical clinic doesn't respect your time. The time of the doctor is more important than the time of the patient. Well, who pays the bill? The patient.
Yeah.
So why should I disrespect my patients by making you wait for 45 minutes and then 30 minutes? So that's one of the big philosophies that we really push in direct primary care is we don't want our patients, our customers sitting in the lobby. And I always tell our customers, our new customers, if you sit in our lobby more than 5 minutes, we screwed up somewhere. Now, occasionally we'll have an emergency. Somebody walks in, needs stitches or something like that. But just on a day-to-day basis, our customers normally don't even sit down. They come in our clinics, and they walk in, they're taken right back to the room, and by the time the nurse gets them checked in, either Rachel or I are in there taking care of them.
That's a story I think that people can relate to, getting to any kind of medical facility, and they check you in and you fill out the paperwork, and then they take you to the room, and 30 minutes later you're kind of going, well, I wasn't going to get my phone out, but I need something to do.
Well, and I look at it on the other side of, so I bought a car. If I go to Gateway Motors and they tell me to be there at 10 o'clock to get my oil changed, and finally at 10:45 they come and get me, and they take my car back and change the oil, so now I've spent an hour and a half there, how do I feel? Am I going to go back? Well, most people, okay, I'll give you one more chance. Then you go back the next time at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Now it's 11 o'clock when they get you back, and you say, screw it, I'm going to go to somewhere else and have my oil changed.
Yeah.
People don't realize that healthcare is a customer-driven business, but the way our system is set up, it's not service oriented any longer. It used to be. You've probably heard me say this, when healthcare became corporatized, the respect for the customer and the respect for the doctor went out the window, because now it's all about dollars and cents. It's not about care. It's not about service. It's not about, the thing in healthcare is you want to provide the right care at the right time in the right setting. So care at the right time is, we guarantee same day, next day appointments. Now, maybe a video visit, but we're gonna see you. Right time is we're gonna see you within a day or two. Right setting is you're seeing us in the office. You're not seeing in urgent care or in the ER, and that's really what we strive to do in our practice.
And again, for those who maybe haven't heard us talk before about your services, it's different also in the way the financial side of it is structured, because you can have insurance for a catastrophe, but you can also use your plan ahead of that, right?
We actually have more of our customers have health insurance and don't. We're seeing more and more share plans, but the health insurance plans that customers that we see, they're all high deductible plans. $3,500, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000. So we provide that day-to-day care, and typically we can provide 90 to 95% of a person's care. Now, if you're having chest pain, I'm going to tell you go to the ER.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having belly pain, we examine you. And you need you have an appendicitis, you're going to have to go to the doctor, go to the hospital. But a lot of things we can take care of. I mean, being able to we do suturing in our clinic. I'll suture anything if it's not on your face. If it's on your face, I'm going to send you to plastics, because I don't want you to have a big scar.
Mm-hmm.
But, suturing things, removing things, dermatological, bumps and things, we take those off. The other thing is we do those at our cost. So whether it's suturing, whether it's removing something, whether it's doing our labs. So we charge $10 to put the needle in your arm, and then whatever LabCorp cost charges me, then we just round it to the next dollar. So we're able to provide lab services 80%, 90% cheaper than anywhere else, because we don't use that as a profit center. In Kearney, we dispense medicines out of our clinic, so we do the same thing. Whatever it costs me, I add usually $5 to $6, because that's what my accountant tells me it costs me to dispense it. But we don't do that in Broken Bow, because we have two pharmacies across the street, and my job's not to take business out of Broken Bow. I want to do everything we can here in Broken Bow. So, Kyle and I have had some conversations about how can we do cash pay X-rays and those kind of things. So we're working all the time to try to keep things here local as much as we can.
I appreciate that. Boy, time is flying here. Real quick, let's talk a little bit about what you've been developing for a while now and really gotten into, and that's the supplements and the weight loss program. We've talked about it the last few times you've been here. I always bring up the idea that they have a magic shot you can take, and then you're going to lose
Yeah, I want
weight.
to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So, the GLP-1 antagonists, which are agonists, not antagonists. Agonist is good, antagonist is against. So the GLP-1 agonist, tirzepatide, semaglutide, Ozempic, Mounjaro, those kind of things. Those are a lifetime drug. Once you start taking them, if you want to keep and maintain your weight loss, you got to keep taking them, because once you stop them, the GLP level drops back to our natural level, which only lasts for a few minutes in our body. So as we start to eat, our brain through the vagus nerve stimulates cells in our stomach and our intestines to produce GLP-1. GLP-1 is the satiety hormone. So it starts telling us we're full. It slows down our stomach transit. It slows down the transit through the GI tract, so we stay fuller longer. But it only stays around for a couple minutes. They found out through, I think it's the Gila monster or lizard down in Arizona, that their GLP-1 doesn't have a couple proteins or something on the end of it. So it stays around for hours. And so what they've done, they've taken that and then they add a couple fat cells to it, molecules, and then that's why you can do it weekly. So it prolongs that. But it doesn't get to the root of the problem. And I cannot stress enough to people that what you need to do is get to the root of the problem. And what's the root of the problem? For most people, it's stress. Stress decreases the production or increases the production of cortisol. So there's a hormone called pregnenolone, which we call it the mother of all hormones. From that, cortisol is made down one path. Down the other path, we see the sex hormones, testosterone and estrogen made. But there's only so much pregnenolone in our body. So if we're constantly at stress, which a lot of people or most people are, our body starts overproducing cortisol. When that happens, then we don't produce the sex hormones. So people who are chronically stressed, have decreased libido. Women, have issues with developing PCOS or menopausal symptoms or premenopausal symptoms, all those kind of things. So we got to figure out why or how can we manage that stress to decrease the production of the cortisol so that our hormones get balanced. You look at the GLP-1 agonists, they don't do anything to help with cortisol. All they're doing is slowing the production or the transit of our food through our system, which then makes us feel fuller, so we eat less. But as soon as you stop taking those, you go right back to where you were before, because you don't learn that you have to eat different foods. So studies are showing that if you do a quote-unquote diet, over the years, studies show about 75% gained all their weight back in the first year, about 95% by the end of the second year. There's been 2 or 3 studies recently that show if you stop the GLP-1s, about 75% gain all their weight back by the end of the first year, 95% by the end of the second year. The other problem with the GLP-1s is that you're losing more muscle mass. So if you lose weight the healthy way, you're going to lose about 1 pound of muscle for every 3 pounds of fat. With the GLP-1s, people are losing about 45% muscle compared to 65% fat. So now I lost 30 pounds. Well, of that 30 pounds, I've lost 45% as muscle, so 15 pounds of muscle. Now I go off the GLP-1 and I go back to eating the way I was because I'm not learning the lifestyle change. Now I gain my 30 pounds back plus another 5 or 10 pounds because I don't have the muscle to burn the calories.
The muscle doesn't return.
Not unless you
exercise,
eat a lot of high protein diet, those kind of things. But that's the problem. Most people that do the GLP-1s don't do that. They're not exercising. They're not, they're focusing more and more on eating higher protein diets because initially they've come out with Ozempic face, Ozempic butt, and so people are losing so much muscle mass. So that's an issue with them is, one, it doesn't address the problem, but then 2, if you take them, you've actually made yourself more unhealthy when you stop them because now I've gained 35 pounds of fat plus another 5 to 10 pounds, and it's all fat. It's not muscle. And so what's the one thing that has been shown as people get older as a marker for their health is muscle mass strength. So if you lose muscle as we get older, which we do anyway, just naturally because our metabolism slows and those kind of things, now we've just compounded that, so we've made ourselves more unhealthy.
So we're out of time, believe it or not, but one of the things that I guess I should mention that if this has sparked some questions or interest, or if you've used that method or not used it, I'm sure you're willing to visit with potential clients about that.
Oh, absolutely. And we call them drop talks. We have different. I've done a couple hormone talks where we talk about these things. Is our mood affected by our hormones, or is our hormones affected by our food, our diet? So If you watch our Facebook page, Click Family Healthcare, or there's Discover Your Health by Click, those we will have things posted where we hold seminars periodically every couple months to where we just talk about those things and we educate, and then we talk about how our supplements, or what we call our hormone balancing drops, help with that, because they actually help reduce cortisol, which then helps reduce cravings, which then helps the whole process of getting to the root of the issue, which is that stress.
All right, and next time you come in, maybe we can talk a little further about that and about the supplements and program that you offer, because you do have that.
We do.
All right.
And it's, the thing is, when you learn a lifestyle change, it's amazing, number one, how good you feel. But I look more at the long-term effects. So I tell people, when we're young, we think of our health in dollars and cents.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to take that supplement because I can't afford it, or that's too expensive. But as we get older, we think about our health in suffering. And once you get arthritis, once you have your heart attack, once you have whatever, you can't reverse that. You can't take that back. So let's look at things in a preventative mode instead of a reactive mode, which is what our healthcare system is right now.
All right, Dr. Jacobson with Click Family Healthcare, ready to go to work for you. Check out that website or stop by the clinic here in downtown Broken Bow.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
We're right across from the pharmacies and right next to the mortuary. So I always said I needed to hire somebody to rent an office in my building that's an attorney, so that I could bury my mistakes.
You could get it all done in one spot. All right, we'll take a time out. We'll catch up on some news after these words.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
When severe weather occurs, the outcomes can be devastating. Ranky understands cleaning up and returning to normal can be a long process. The trained personnel at Central Nebraska Diesel are ready to assist you in getting your irrigation system back in running order. With a variety of services available, equipment, and repair parts, Central Nebraska Diesel can provide the help you need. Working together with Central Nebraska Diesel and Ranky will ensure your irrigation needs are met. Contact Central Nebraska Diesel, your local Ranky dealer, and see what they can do for you.
Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers continues to lead in total acres sold in the state of Nebraska. Hi, my name is John Farley, and I've sold over 3,000 acres of Custer County, Dawson County range and recreational land in 2025. With our marketing reach and my enthusiasm and expert knowledge in both hunting and ranching, I successfully sold our listings for top dollar to those wanting land that offers great hunting with ag income potential. Call me, John Farley, or check it out at LashleyLand.com.
At Melham Medical Center, your health matters. Dr. Pullman and Dr. Islam, their trusted urology and kidney specialists, are there to help take care of you, from prevention to advanced treatment. Whether it's kidney stones, infections, UTIs, bladder concerns, or long-term kidney concerns, you don't have to face it alone. Call Melham Medical Center today to schedule an appointment with Dr. Pullman or Dr. Islam, because healthier kidneys mean a healthier you. Melham Medical Center, large enough to serve, small enough to care.
Boot Hill and Mac Angus invite you to their annual bull sale happening this weekend. If you're looking for strong, high-quality Angus genetics for your herd, this is a sale you won't want to miss. Online bidding runs through DV Auction starting Saturday, ending Monday. Also, you're invited to the open house at Boot Hill Ranch near Arcadia this Sunday from noon until 4. Take a look at the bulls, enjoy lunch, and spend some time with the crew. For sale details, visit the DV Auction website or contact Bobby Hurlbert for the yearling bulls at 750-8479 or Matt Skaggs for the 2-year-olds at 379-4556. They'll see you at the Boot Hill and Mac Angus open house Sunday near Arcadia. Happy bidding.
Staples presents That Was Easy. So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures. Everything and then some. I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus. One money pit with a side of fries. But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders. $125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com
KCNI.com/print for details.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief, Day 11, and reporters asked Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth this morning when the war with Iran will end. He says it's up to President Trump.
It's not for me to posit whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the end. That's his, and he'll continue to communicate that.
Sirens sound in Israel as Iran fires more drones and missiles. CBS's Charlie D'Agata is in Tel Aviv.
It may seem like they go off all the time. That's the first time in certainly a couple of hours. You wonder if this has been coordinated.
Iran has effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, which carries a fifth of the world's oil. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
About 15 million oil barrels per day isn't going anywhere right now. And as a result, some countries in the region, including Iraq, the UAE, Kuwait, they're running low on storage space and have even started cutting production of oil.
The national average for a gallon of gasoline here in the U.S. is up 6 cents from yesterday to $3.54 a gallon. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
In the NBA's late game in L.A., the Clippers beat New York 126-118, 29 points for Kawhi Leonard. At Oklahoma City, the Thunder won their 6th straight game, defeating Denver on a game-winning three-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 129-126. SGA scored 35 points. The Phillies are giving lefty pitcher Jesus Luzardo a 5-year extension worth $135 million. At the World Baseball Classic in Houston, Team USA won again, holding off Mexico 5-3. It was 5-0 early on home runs from Aaron Judge and Roman Anthony. Winning pitcher from the Pirates, Paul Skeens, tossed 4 scoreless innings with 7 strikeouts. In the NHL, Washington 7-3 over Calgary. The Kansas City Chiefs will sign running back Kenneth Walker and re-sign tight end Travis Kelce. The 49ers are signing veteran wide receiver Mike Evans, ex of Tampa Bay.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Mainly clear skies today with daytime highs approaching 54. Northerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Mixed precipitation possible at times. Lows dip down to about 27. High temperatures reach up to 51. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. A dusting of snow tonight. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
When it comes to fixing cars, the bearded guys at A1 Auto Repair in Arnold are kind of like mechanical wizards. They're just holding wrenches instead of a magic wand. Get your ride back on the road with exceptional service at A1 Auto Repair in Arnold.
9:07. Here's Jack with your current conditions.
Right. 32 outside under a mostly cloudy sky now. It's kind of weird because the sun keeps poking in and out. Winds have died back down 5 to 10 out of the north. Barometric pressure at 29.85, humidity 81%. No rain or snow in the last 24 hours with only a trace of precipitation for the month. A high yesterday of 75 with an overnight low of 31.
All right, thank you, Jack. We have a few things we want to tell folks about here this morning that we haven't got to yet. I think you have maybe one more job over there.
Yep. So the Nebraska Department of Transportation has an exceptional opportunity for an entry-level highway construction technician to join their team in Broken Bow. Experience is preferred, but not necessary. NDOT will train the right person to conduct on-site construction inspection and survey for transportation projects. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, we reward our employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefit package that includes a matching retirement contribution. You can apply at statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
The Music Boosters for Broken Bow schools are having a fundraiser Thursday, March 12th, and some of the folks will be out at Runza and helping Runza sell food that day. And they're also going to have special performances by the Broken Bow High School choir and band students at Runza on Thursday, which should be a whole lot of fun. And they are going to be working with Runza, and as usual, Runza is taking 10% of the sales and passing that along to the music boosters. So that should be a lot of fun, and thanks to Runza for doing that. We appreciate that.
Of course.
All right. Also, fish fries coming up on Friday the 13th, this time around at Anselmo's Fire Hall. And they start right around 5:30 and go till usually the fish runs out before 7 o'clock. So get there and get in line and get yourself some of that good fried fish put on by the Knights of Columbus. And that's at the Anselmo Fire Hall this Friday. Lenten and Holy Week, as we continue through the Lent season. This is Tuesday, so tomorrow, the the E-Free Church will be hosting the a la carte, sermons a la carte, and it will be held as usual at the Broken Bow United Methodist Church. And they'll be having a half hour of worship service, and then they'll have the meal, and it's a free will donation. And for those of you who are worried about getting back to work, they'll get you to the front of the line. And that's taking place on Wednesday, hosted by the E-Free Church at the Broken Bow United Methodist Church. Also tomorrow, we'll go back to giving a lucky contestant a chance to win $50 in cash tomorrow, all brought to you by Gateway Motors and the Garden Center. And if you haven't registered yet, do so. Can't play if you don't get in, so go to sandhillsexpress.com and click the contest button or the Mind Match logo for full details and to get signed up. If you get a call a day or two in advance, you'll know that you're going to be the player, and Jack will be giving you a call tomorrow before 7:45 to get you all lined up. And I guess, again, tomorrow we'll be attempting to match my mind, which some days I can't match it, so I don't know how you could. But if you do, you'll win $50 in cash. If you don't, it goes up to $75 next Wednesday.
The first time we did it, it was really interesting to listen in on it.
It was fun, yeah. And it was fun to, Patsy Burnett got 2 out of 5. She just needed one more to win the cash. So it can be done, and it will be done. It will be done. It's going to be fun. All right, that's some of the things we wanted to tell you about. We are going to celebrate a couple more birthdays here in just a little bit, so keep it right here.
That work. That's why we made it our life's work to protect yours. Together with your local agent, we deliver reliable coverage and support when it matters most. Protection with a personal touch. That's your RCIS. Talk to your RCIS crop insurance agent today. This entity is an equal opportunity provider. Coverage is underwritten by Rural Community Insurance Company in Anoka, Minnesota.
All right, let's take a look at a couple more birthdays here this morning. Sharon Stone is 68 today. And you might remember her from Basic Instinct, Total Recall, and Casino to Silver and The Specialist. This sultry Stone recently played Cassie's mom in the streaming series The Flight Attendant. She's been an actress for many years and very successful. Also, Chuck Norris is celebrating a birthday today, and Chuck has been around a long, long time. Started out with his action kung fu type movies, later became the Texas Ranger Walker, and did really well with that. And he has an exercise machine that he's been selling for a number of years. Martial artist, actor, and screenwriter, is one of film and TV's biggest bad guy. Well, not bad guys, just bad. Just can do anything he wants, it seems like, right? So you have some thoughts about Chuck this morning.
I do.
Would you want to pass one of those along this morning?
I sure do. So when Chuck Norris lifts weights, the weights get in shape.
How about one more?
Let's see. Okay, here we go. When Chuck Norris slices onions, the onions cry.
Yes, I remember those jokes. I really do. Here's J.J. Cale, along with Eric Clapton.
brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC part solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
All right, Jack, you have the sheet out. It feels like you want to read one more.
I sure do.
All right, well, let's get it over with.
This one is the perfect one to end the show, I think.
Okay.
Time waits for no man unless that man is Chuck Norris.
Well, you know, he's having a birthday today,
Yeah.
so I guess that's probably about right. All right, we'll talk to you folks tomorrow on Wednesday. Hey, tomorrow we're going to be giving away or giving a shot at giving away $50 in cash during the show, so join us for that.